So Danny, here we are recording another blog, and we've got some more questions for you today. I understand that the LBRA takes on projects, and one of the projects was legalising the private holiday rental market. Please can you explain more about this?
We take on any project that is brought to us by a member of the association, sometimes even projects that members don't bring to us, projects that we find interesting. The way that we do this is simple. To allow us to operate effectively and quickly, if somebody has a problem, they can come to us with that problem, then we design a project around it to resolve that problem. And that's what happened with the helping of the legalisation of the private holiday rental market. It was brought to our attention that the government were bringing in legislation to try and block and prohibit the renting of people's holiday homes out to holiday makers. So we decided that we were going to take on this project 2012-2013, where we were going to try and combat the legislation, put our views forward to help legalise it so that everybody could rent their property to whom they wanted, when they wanted.
So you say that it started 2012-2013, and what stage are we at with the process at the moment?
Right, we are in 2016, and we've made vast improvements. I would say in the beginning, one of the major problems was the lack of understanding from the property owners and management companies of how long this was going to take. If anybody understands legislation and legal terms, it can take a very long time to actually change the law or modify it. We learned a hell of a lot in the first 7 or 8 months of us doing this project, which was just prior to the legislation coming out in 2013. But we needed to do more. But due to a lack of understanding, some on our behalf and a lot on the behalf of the people that were involved in it, we weren't able to push through all the changes of legislation that we wanted to. But as an association, we never give up. We are still fighting. We have made amendments to the existing legislation. We are continuing to make amendments to the existing legislation, or putting forward amendments. We have teamed up with other organisations, ASCAF, which is the Association of Rental Market, to work collectively together to carry on with the changing of the legislation so that it is more in favour of the individual to be able to rent their properties out.
And how long do you estimate it will take to legalise this?
We have already achieved a great success in some areas in Port del Carmen where people are now able to legally rent their properties. You just have to go through the legal channels to do that. They are very costly and they are very time consuming, but you can now legalise your properties in some areas of Port del Carmen and other areas of the island. But the main debate is that regardless of where your property is and what it consists of, that you should be able to rent it out. This is our overall aim within a structure, legal framework, but we would like it so that anybody can rent their properties out, providing the conditions are met. And that there's a big difference between somebody renting out their holiday home and somebody having a hotel. And at this moment in time, unfortunately, the legislation when you're in a tourist zone or a tourist area requires you to meet the standards of a hotel or a small boutique hotel. And this creates major problems for somebody with a small villa or a small apartment, as anybody can understand. I believe that in the next 2 to 3 years, we will have positive legislation in our favour due to the European law, the Bolkenstein Agreement, which allows freedom in the marketplace. Lawyers have already successfully won this case. We've presented legal cases and people have already won in this area, but each case is taken on its own merit. It doesn't cause a domino effect. So the project is still ongoing. The LBRA is continuing to fight. Anybody who wishes to join that fight is more than welcome, and we suggest that you join our organisation to keep the pressure on, and we will keep fighting for our members until we achieve the objective, which is for you to be able to rent out your property.
Great, thank you very much for explaining that to us today, and good luck with it.